If you invest correctly now, you can set yourself up for a lifetime of success and fast track your way to retirement. And in this video, I'm going to show you how. I'm going to talk about 5 key points that are crucial to your success in investing, which include identifying your risk tolerance, the type of investments you should make, how much you should invest, and finally, if you should even be investing at all. If this video helps you out, please like and subscribe, as a lot of time goes into making these videos. So let's get into it. Number 1, you need to identify your risk tolerance and current financial position. I'm going to make it very simple and say the higher your risk tolerance and spare cash equals the more you should be investing. The lower amount of spare cash you have and the lower the risk tolerance you have, the less you should put into investments. Now that is very simple and there's more to it which I'm going to go over further on in this video, so stay tuned. Now I'm going to get on to my second point, which is my recommendations for investing. Now what I'm going to recommend to you is monthly investments into funds to set you up long term. My personal choice would be the S&P 500, such as VOO for the US or VAG for the UK. And a global fund for stability if you have the lower risk tolerance and want that stability over time, because it's going to be less volatile than the S&P 500. But with that, you also get lower average returns. So just keep that in mind when you're investing in a global fund. They can be great for certain situations. I personally, at my age, don't feel the need to buy into a global fund. However, I think as I age, I will. So keep that in mind for the future, if not now. If you have a higher risk tolerance, you can also choose to invest in individual stocks in developing sectors. Now, I recommend just do your research on these because they can be quite volatile but also profitable. And while you're young, in most cases, this is the best opportunity to invest in individual stocks. Now, this could be in tech, AI, or whatever you believe in and have knowledge about that you think is going to rise. Now, this gets on to my third point, which is very important. How much should you invest? Now, this completely depends on your personal responsibilities and financial position. However, if you have an emergency fund saved up, in the case of something going wrong, you can invest as much as you feel comfortable with, as now is the perfect time to do it because you likely don't have many responsibilities and have a lot lower cost than an adult would. Now, why the S&P 500, which I've been talking about in this video? The S&P 500 has returned an average of 10.7%, with this figure being 7.98% per year when adjusted for inflation over the past 30 years. So that is an average. This means that it beats out any high yield saving account by a good margin, with yields 5% or less, not including inflation adjustment. The S&P 500 gives a good balance, in my opinion, of growth over time and stability because it's not as volatile as individual stocks. And that is why it is my personal favourite investment to make for long-term growth. Now, I know many people talk about the S&P 500, but there's a reason for that. It's tried and tested. People know it works. And in my opinion, is the greatest investment you can make if we're talking stock-wise right now. America is a financial environment that has been tested over the years, and it has always, despite going through its bad patches, come out the other side, which is why I believe in it. It also gives you the diversity of 500 different companies, so if one goes under, another one will be doing well to make up for it. Now, leading on to my final point, should you be investing right now? Now, Again, this depends on your personal situation. So if you have no spare cash or you have high interest debt, you should not be investing. You should build a small emergency fund before starting investing, just so if anything goes wrong, you can pay for that and you don't have to take it out of your investments. And then what you want to do is allocate a small amount monthly towards your emergency fund, so then you have a backup if another emergency comes its way. Now, thank you very much for watching. More videos like this will be coming out soon, so click the bell icon and get notified for them. Have a good one, guys. I hope this video has given you some value.